Okay, interior plumbing and appliances. Refrigerators are beyond the scope of this inspection. By the way, that refrigerator does not make ice or water. Okay? The dishwasher is within the scope, but I'm afraid to operate it. It's full of dirty water. It is old. The racks are broken, rusting. The door spring, and just the age of the dishwasher. And I'm afraid, I'm concerned that I'm going to make a leak. So we're going to avoid that. Hot's on the left, cold's on the right. I don't remember using the shower thing earlier. The food waste disposal you're going to find, we're looking at it, we're going to see. It's kind of loud. It's a half horsepower. It kicks. The dishwasher does not have a switch that turns it on and off. There should be a switch just like the food waste disposal so you can work on it. Also, it's supposed to be GFCI protected, and it's not. Food waste disposal is supposed to be GFCI protected, and it's not. In fact, all the electric receptacle outlets in the kitchen, the ones that we have, they're supposed to be GFCI protected, and they're not. And then again, the refrigerator, like I said, it's nothing really horrible. I mean, there's all the ice bags and stuff, but it's cold. Needs to be serviced. This is our kitchen range. Turn the light off. There we go. Oven works. Broiler works. Burners work. Okay. We got cleaning. We do not have a convection. The one thing, three things that the range doesn't have is it's not GFCI protected. It does not have a lockout on its circuit breaker, and it does not have an anti-tip device. So it can just flip over on somebody like that. According to code, that's all I have is the corner of this isn't supposed to be any closer to the cooktop, okay, than 24 inches. And to be honest, I didn't measure it. I can kind of see it. But this is see how out of practice I am. I get that way. So yeah, it's about 21 inches. Check with the manufacturer. Some manufacturers say this height, this corner shouldn't be any closer than 35 inches. So what supersedes code? The manufacturer's installation instructions. Okay, there we go. So all the burners work. No GFCI, no GFCI, no GFCI. Hot water, yay, hot water. Come here, it's kind of an appliance, so we'll kind of do this. We'll kind of do this a little bit. The handle's a little loose. Doorknobs. Trying to get out of here. I found the lawn sprinkler control unplugged, and there's scorch marks over there. But the valves are turned off at the check valve. It's unplugged. It's been decommissioned for a reason. I cannot find the main water shutoff valve to the house. I mean, I know where it probably belongs, but I cannot see it. I cannot make a positive confirmation. So that's something to think about. We've got floor receptacles, two of them in the great family room. And they work. They work. Coming on along. Doorbell. I don't know if the doorbell works or not. We'll kind of do this. Oh, I should have done that on the way back. Okay. There it is. Rayburn Carler. Okay. Moving on along. Because we're movers, mobbers, and growers. This is a thermostat. It's a little difficult to operate, but you can look it up on Linux. I was able to put it in heat and cool. But you know what I wasn't able to do? It's an appliance. You know what I wasn't able to do? I wasn't able to get the condensing unit to operate. It's about 3 years old. We've got a shallow P-trap. Okay, that P-trap should have been deeper. We do have a safety switch. That's good. That's where the air filter goes. This arrangement's fine. Okay. I think we've got a care and use manual. I'm pretty sure. I don't know for sure. This is another electric load center, and we can't get in there to find out what it is. We can't find out. And the condensing unit is not responding. The condensing unit is not responding to this. So we got heat today, but we don't have any cooling. So we probably want to get that fixed. That's the electric disconnect for the water heater. I can't reach it. The water heater is 9 years old. They last about 10 years. So it's about the end of its life cycle. Here it is, 50 gallons. We got corrosion. We do not have, where's our temperature pressure relief valve? We do not have an air gap in the same room as the water heater. We do not have an expansion tank. We do not have our piping going to the water heater is not insulated. Some people say you shouldn't solder that close to the tank, but we have unions right there, those two unions. But we got all this rust and corrosion on that. So the temperature pressure relief valve, they only last about 3 years, and I know that one's older than 3 years. The water heaters only last about 10 years. It's almost 10 years. Can't get the electric disconnect. The piping's not insulated. Oh, and we have 2 isolation valves. Look at this. 2 isolation valves. One on the left and one on the right. You should only have one on the cold water supply. You should only have one on the right. You shouldn't have 2, because if you have 2, you can sit there, you can isolate the whole thing while the thing is still got electricity going to it, still got water into it, and just sit there and boils like a bomb. So one of those should have been decommissioned so that it would never, you couldn't put it into bomb mode. So, if we get overtaken by some hostile forces, we can booby trap it, I guess. I don't know. So this is it. Like again, 9 years old, 50-gallon water heater, 3 years old. Can't make the air conditioner work. I can make the heater work. Can't make the air conditioner work. Okay, insufficient service access to the breaker box. Pipe's not insulated. I already talked about that. Erosion. I already talked about that. The temperature pressure relief valve drain. Okay, here's one. Here's one. We can go for that. We don't have to let loose yet. We can delve a little deeper. It's not supposed to be farther from the patio, from the ground, than 6 inches. So that's too high. It could burn your dog or your cat or the mailman or somebody, but it's not supposed to be that high. All right, what else is there, bud? We still got the bathrooms. Oh yeah, we do. Okay, I cannot get the fan. It's a device. I cannot. One of the lights doesn't work. I thought I remembered it was a different one, but I cannot make the fan operate. And I've been playing with all the switches. I have. They got them right here. It's not that difficult. Look here. Whee! Okay, I can do that. Turn off. Turn on and off. How come the fan doesn't work? I don't know why the fan doesn't work. All right, moving on in here. We got one lavatory basin. We got an electric GFCI right here. Underneath here, this is GFCI protected, but it's not labeled as being so. Now, here's an interesting thing. These are connected to this. These are connected to this. But even though they're connected to this, all right, that timer will turn these off, and it will not turn that off. Hot's on the left, cold's on the right. Some of our, we got some rust going in there. See that? Not long for this world. And then, of course, we're losing some of our silver oxide or silver. And there you go. Boring. Okay. Boring's good. Coming in here, this commode is too close to this shower. This shower is too narrow. We have a window here, so we do not need a shower fan. We do not need a bathroom vent fan. But the shower enclosure is too narrow, and the commode is too close to the shower. And we do not have to have a fan as long as we got an operable window. This is one of the vinyl windows, the double pane. This is one of the newer windows. So as long as we got an operable window, we do not have to have a vent fan. But that right there, that open junction box with all the wires hanging out, that is for the heater. There used to be a heater in this bathroom. I'll show you. Hang on. I will show you. All the way down. And that's our heater. And it turns nice and red. It glows really good. More oxidation. This commode has insufficient anchorage. It's just as loose as a goose. We got separate control handles. We shouldn't have separate control handles, but we've got separate control handles. We've got some corrosion. All this tile, not all this tile, but a lot of this tile underneath here is loose. So that's what we got. And then, because that's a GFCI protected. And then underneath here, boring.